With problems in western Nebraska after Colorado legalized it for medicinal use, marijuana often grabs the headlines.
But a different version of the plant is trying to make an entrance in the Cornhusker state. NTV's Megan Johnson takes a look at hemp in Nebraska with part one of her special report.
Most Nebraskans probably know it best as ditchweed, the plant that grows wild and looks just like marijuana. But hemp advocates say it's not for getting high, though they believe it could boost Nebraska's economy to new heights.
Like this.
Bill Hawkins says what he holds in his hands is an old crop with a bright future.
Some herd in it.
It's cannabis sativa, commonly known as hemp.
It's an ancient food, fiber, and fuel plant that every civilization throughout the world has utilized.
But today, hemp is almost non-existent in the United States. Encouraged during the Second World War, stricter laws in the following decades snuffed growers out as the government fought marijuana and other illegal drugs, leaving the ditchweed we see now as Nebraska's only trace.
It's the wild remnants of the industrial use of it back in the 40s, 30s, and earlier.
So what is the difference between hemp and marijuana? According to Nebraska's current law, nothing.
It's not really a cousin. It's more like the weaker brother. Okay? It's the same plant.
Scientifically, hemp has less than 0.3% of a chemical called THC. The higher amounts in marijuana is what gets a person high.
More than 20% protein.
So Professor Ishmael Dwight says it's how the plant is grown that makes it a drug. He's been studying another cannabis family member called canaf, which looks similar to hemp. He says besides THC and another chemical, CBD, which many believe can help control things like epileptic seizures and side effects from chemo, the hemp plant has much to offer.
It has another 62 different chemicals that we could use as a human treatment for different diseases, not just only these two.
Advocates say medicines are just one area of hemp's uses.
The stalk that we have here, the inner core is pure cellulose, and as I said, it's the fastest growing cellulose there is, and that can be made into bioplastics, the whole plant for ethanols.
Soap, lotion, fiber for clothes, high-protein nutrition, even concrete. Backers say the possibilities for industrial hemp seem endless.
You know, the opportunity for ethanol production, paper production, just the cellulose value in hemp would make us a powerhouse for the amount of acres that we're capable of growing.
Jason Feldman says there's interest in making hemp farming a part of Nebraska ag, just like corn, soybeans, or other crops.
Unfortunately, revenue has been going down the past 2 years within agriculture, and they were really looking for hemp being something that was going to be an easy one for them to be able to, start gaining some real revenue.
The textiles, any types of building products.
Hemp experts say it could be profitable because of all the potential uses, but its real strength is its drought tolerance. Dwight says even in dry years like 2012, it held fast.
Sorghum survived the best, but there are something that beats sorghum and millet. It's hemp. You could drive around the state and everything is dry except few green spots, and these are the hemp blends.
Hawkins, a farmer himself, says hemp would serve well in a rotation and uses a lot of the same equipment needed to grow other commodities.
The processes are already out there. They're already farming and harvesting, and there's, I think, over 30 nations across the world that have been farming it industrially.
So with all these benefits, why aren't people growing hemp instead of treating it like a nuisance weed here in Nebraska? Well, there is a law that's moving things forward, but fields full of the plant aren't likely anytime soon. I'll go more in depth on that tomorrow on NTV News.